Happy Small Business Week. Yes, this is what I look like on my day off. Hat from a cruise, hooded sweatshirt. That's intentional. Because one of the things that I want you to take away from this video is that there's a real person behind Vogel Consulting LLC. Not a brand, not a logo, a person who takes days off, who lives here in Grand Forks, and who built this business because I genuinely believe there's a better way to do this work. I almost didn't make this video at all. I am in my first year of running Vogel Consulting LLC. And when I look around at Small Business Week content, I see storefronts with window displays, teams taking staff photos, businesses running flash sales tied to their countdown timers. I don't have any of that. And for a moment, I thought maybe this week just isn't for me. But the more I sat with that thought, the more I realized I was wrong. It was exactly the kind of thing that keeps small businesses invisible when they shouldn't be. So here I am on my day off talking directly to you. I've called Grand Forks home since 1993. That's more than 3 decades living and working in this community. Over the years, I've worked for organizations many of you know, Ecolab and Acme Tools, among them. After 2014, I transitioned to working from home here in Grand Forks, spending a decade as a senior consultant supporting projects across the country. That work took me into manufacturing, distribution, retail, pharmaceutical, and technology organizations. I have led ERP implementations, supported enterprise transformations, and worked inside complex environments where decisions carry real operational and financial consequences. I've seen what it happens when a system and people aren't aligned. It's expensive in time, money, and morale. I've also seen what happens when they are aligned. The difference is not incremental, it is transformational. I started Vogel Consulting because I believe organizations of all sizes, not just large enterprises, deserve access to experienced, accountable consulting. Not a model where the sales conversation is a senior and the delivery gets handed off to someone else. A model where the person you talk to is the person doing the work and standing behind the results. That's what I'm building. And I'll be honest about something. I don't always say it out loud. A few years ago, the work that supported my role at a larger consulting firm quietly disappeared. Projects ended, priorities shifted, and I found myself at a crossroads that a lot of people in this industry eventually face. Find another role and repeat the cycle, or build something of my own. I chose to build. Not because it was easy, not because it came with certainty. It didn't. But it was a response to a movement that forced a decision. And what it brought into this business was a conviction That consulting done well looks very different from consulting done at scale. It requires accountability, proximity to the work, a direct connection between the person making the recommendations and the person responsible for the outcomes. That's harder to build, but it produces better results. In consulting, size often gets mistaken for capacity. In reality, it often introduces distance. A senior partner sells the work, a different team delivers it, layers of separate decisions from outcomes. When you work with Vogel Consulting, you work directly with me, the same person who understands your business. This is the one responsible for execution. That creates clarity, speed, and accountability that's very difficult to replicate in large structures. Small is not a limitation. It is the strategy. This business wasn't built in isolation from the rest of my life. My involvement with Scouting America began around 2008. It expanded in 2014 as I supported my son on his journey to Eagle Scout. What started out as a parent showing up to something every week grew into something much deeper. My son earned his Eagle Scout rank and has since gone on to pursue his own career in computer science. But my involvement didn't end there. I stayed. I continue to mentor young people, help them develop leadership skills, accountability, and a sense of responsibility to something larger than themselves. Years earlier, a simple idea grew into the founding of the Purple Martin Association of the Dakotas, focused on conservation, education, and community engagement. No formal playbook, just a decision to build something that mattered. Those experiences shaped how I approach the client work. The same standards apply across all of it: integrity, accountability, and doing the work the right way, even when there's an easier path. If you're a small business owner watching this, I want to say something directly. Small businesses do not succeed in isolation. When someone chooses a locally owned business, that decision does more than complete a transaction. It supports jobs, strengthens local networks, and keeps value circulating in the community. If you want to collaborate, cross promote, or just stay connected, I'm open to that conversation. No agenda, just shared alignment around building something here in Grand Forks. If you or someone you know is dealing with an outdated ERP system, a broken workflow, a stalled implementation, or processes held together by spreadsheets and institutional knowledge, that problem is not going to solve itself. It compounds over time. I offer free 30-minute discovery conversations. No obligation, no pitch decks, just a direct conversation about what's actually happening at your business and whether I can help. If there's a fit, we'll know quickly. If there's not, I'll tell you that, and I'll point you in the right direction. That's how I operate. Small Business Week creates visibility. What matters is what comes after. For this business, it means continuing to share useful experience driven insights, staying available for real conversations with business leaders, and operating consistently with the values this business was built on. The momentum only matters if there's substance behind it. If you made it to the end of this video, you're exactly who I want to connect with. Happy Small Business Week. Let's make it count.